If you're shopping for Yoto this year, you probably run into the same questions I did when we first got ours. Should I get the Yoto Mini or should I get the full-size Yoto Player? Both use the same cards, the same app, the same content, but they're really designed for totally different situations. And after using both of them for years, the difference becomes pretty obvious once you live with them day to day. So in this video, I'm breaking down everything you actually need to know, from sound quality and battery life to portability, cards, accessories, and whether Yoto Club is even worth it. Yoto Player versus Yoto Mini. What's the real difference? After using both versions with my own kids, here's how I personally think about them. The Yoto Player over here, this is the 3rd gen version, is the classic Yoto Player most people picture. Bigger body, stereo speakers, night lights, and a nice large pixel display. Here's what I noticed about this. The stereo sound is legitimately better. It fills a room more easily. Bedtime stories, morning playlists, everything just sounds fuller. The bigger display matters way more than you think. My kids can see the icons from across the room, and it doubles as a simple clock. It works perfectly in a bedroom, playroom, or living room. Ours moves around the house, but rarely leaves the house entirely. More storage. Great if you're loading longer stories or big collections. You're not constantly re-downloading things. And yes, this does have a better battery life. It easily stretches into 20+ hour range. My take is that if you want something that stays put and naturally becomes part of your daily routine, think bedtime stories, winding down, quiet time, the Yoto Player is a pretty good choice. Now, the Yoto Mini is exactly what it sounds like. It's small, lightweight, and honestly, way more useful than it looks. Here's what stands out to me with the Yoto Mini. This is the one my kids carry around with them constantly. It goes on quick grocery runs, road trips, air travel, so pretty much everywhere my kids go, this can go. Kids treat it like it's their own, especially with headphones. It feels like a personal audio device. It does still have a pixel display, just smaller, still show artwork and icons, and does a really good job. Perfect for travel or quiet time. Pair it with headphones and it's a lifesaver. And probably one of the best things about the Yoto Mini is the price. It's cheaper, so it's a great entry point into the Yoto world. The Mini doesn't last quite as long as the Player when it comes to battery life, but it's still pretty solid. I've never had it die unexpectedly during normal day-to-day use. For long road trips or flights, I just make sure to keep a power bank nearby. My take, if you want something portable, rugged, and super flexible, the Mini is amazing. It's the one we automatically reach when leaving the house. So which one should you get? Here's the simplest way to decide. Choose the Yoto Player if you want something that lives in the bedroom or playroom and you care about better sound and a bigger display. You want better battery life and more storage. You want something that feels like a main speaker for the family. Choose the Yoto Mini if your kids want something they can carry everywhere. You travel frequently. You want the most budget-friendly way into the ecosystem. Your child prefers listening with headphones. Now onto the Yoto cards. What's actually worth buying? Cards are where Yoto really shines and also where it's easiest to overspend. Here's what actually landed well for us. Keeping in mind my son and daughter have very different preferences, so this is based on your child. Story cards. These are essentially audiobooks. Avengers, Spider-Man, Peppa the Pig. These are the ones my kids return to over and over. Both my children love them, but especially my son, as he can sit for hours listening when he gets a new story card. Music cards. These vary a lot depending on your child's taste. I learned the hard way that buying things like Beatles songs or Kids Pop on a whim doesn't always land. Meanwhile, the K-pop Demon Hunter card, my daughter has this thing on repeat constantly. And I'm pretty sure she's not the only one. Then the next type of cards, soundscapes. These are the ones that are hit or miss. In our house, they're pretty much never used. We have the Sleep on Dino Mountain and the Crackling Fire. My kids never voluntarily put these on, but other families do swear by them. And the last type of cards are the make your own cards. These are the star of the show by far, and also my personal favorite. Think of them as Swiss Army knife. Story, music, custom audio, whatever you want. These stretch your library and often save money compared to buying official cards. I won't go too deep here because I have a full video that walks you through making these custom make your own cards, and these are the custom ones. As you can see, they're make your own. I have a full video that you can check out after this one. Now, let's touch on the Yoto Club. Is it worth it? Here's my take from actually using it. The Yoto Club is worth it if you're actively growing a library. If not, it's something you can always add later. What I like about the Yoto Club. Monthly credits has the ability to get you cards that cost more than the membership. 10% discount adds up, especially for accessories and make your own packs. Free shipping is always nice. And regardless of which tier you pick, you get access to 200 plus Yoto originals. And you can link the digital versions of these to one of these make your own cards. So who gets the most out of the club? Families with more than one child, families with a player and a mini, and anyone who buys more than a handful of cards a year. If you want a full breakdown, I also have a deep dive video on the Yoto Club subscription. Definitely check that out after this one as well. But here's the quick rundown. If you want to grow your collection, the Collector or Collector Plus works really well. If you love Yoto Originals, Explore tier is good enough. If you need free shipping for an order, I would suggest getting the Collector for a month and maybe just cancel after that. Oh, and pro tip, you don't have to own a Yoto to join the club. Why is that important? Because that means that the 10% discount will apply for purchasing the Yoto Player itself or the Yoto Mini. If you don't catch a sale, then this is a great way to get a discount on the device itself, as well as get you a credit to get a card. Accessories that are actually worth it. You don't need a mountain of accessories for Yoto, but the right ones make day-to-day use so much smoother. After living with both the Player and Mini for years, here are things that actually made a difference for us. As you can see here, both of our units have a silicone cover, or some call it a bumper. This is one of the first accessories I would recommend, especially if you have younger kids. Both the Player and Mini are pretty durable on their own, but kids drop things in incredibly creative ways. A simple silicone cover has saved ours more times than I can count, plus the Player has a nice little handle on there, otherwise it's not as easy to carry. For the Mini, it comes with a lanyard, although you don't need to specifically buy the silicone cover for a lanyard. You can just buy any lanyards. But it's nice that it comes with one that kind of just matches the color. And then next are kid-safe headphones. If you travel even a little, headphones are almost non-negotiable. Pair them with the Mini and suddenly long drives, road trips, and even doctor's office waits become a whole lot easier. The two that I have here, this one is the official Yoto one, and this one is the iClever. So if you ask me which one of these two would I recommend, well, it's a little bit of a toss-up. If you want active noise cancellation, then this iClever one works amazingly for that. However, for ease of use and pairing, the Yoto one right here is much better. I'm not sure why with these Yoto players. For some reason, this one works pretty much like you would expect with AirPods. You turn them on, and if this is on, they connect. With this one though, and I've noticed any other third-party Bluetooth devices, you have to manually turn the pairing mode every single time on the Yoto Player. So it's not exactly easy for young kids to do that. But then again, this one over here, the iClever, also has noise cancellation, which makes it so much better in now places like airplanes. Alright, now on to card storage. This is one of the area where accessories generally impact your sanity. At home, we use this 3D printed card base station, and honestly, it's a game changer. My kids know exactly where each cards go, or I mean all the cards go, not each card. For travel, a card binder is mandatory. Cards disappear so fast without a dedicated place to put them, a tiny binder solves that instantly. One quick look through the binder and you can tell if they're missing a card that might have been left behind in a hotel room or something. Give or take, those are what I would consider must-haves. We don't use a dedicated carrying case for taking the Mini around with us. We just throw it in my daughter's backpack and it's worked fine. Still, if you're traveling a lot or want to keep everything in one place, cables, Mini, cards, and headphones, a compact case is super convenient and helps prevent where's the Yoto moments at the airport. So to wrap everything up, if you want bigger sound, a larger display, and something that becomes part of your child's daily rhythm, the Yoto Player is the way to go. If you want something your kid can carry anywhere, toss into a backpack, use headphones, or bring on every road trip, the Yoto Mini is fantastic. Both are great gifts. And what I love most is that they actually get used. These aren't toys that end up getting forgotten in a bin or closet 2 weeks later. They become part of your family's routines. If you're ready to go deeper, I've got 2 videos lined up for you next. How to make your own custom Yoto cards. A full walkthrough that saves you a ton of money and massively expands what your Yoto can do. Or my breakdown of Yoto Club, where I explain different membership tiers, how the credits work, and whether it's worth it depending on your family. Watch either one of those to keep building the perfect Yoto setup for your child. And if you want to follow up on our actual most loved Yoto cards this year, let me know down below in the comment section. I'll see you in the next one.